Hey, Eagle fans, I'm Thomas Mott. Welcome to Philadelphia Eagles Now. It is a Monday. It is the beginning of a brand new week here on Philadelphia Eagles Now. As training camp continues to roll on, we get you ready for week 2 of the Eagles preseason with a fresh Eagles news and rumor video. First, though, you guys pumped to have football back. How much preseason games you guys watched last week? I watched way too many meaningless third quarter, fourth quarter preseason games, but I'm pumped to have football back, especially Eagles football. They looked great last week. Give me a fly, Eagles fly down below right now in the comment section if you guys are pumped to have preseason, really just football back in general. Let's go and jump into the latest Eagles news and rumors here on a Monday. We got a lot of positive things. I think you guys are going to enjoy what we're going to talk about today because they all pertain to good news versus bad news. We'll explain that here in just a second. First, though, how about ESPN showing some love to Jalen Hurts? He has one great drive, during the preseason, and it's like, oh my goodness, he's back. He's going to be great this year. Oh, he's going to be the quarterback of the future, and that's what the ESPN Plus article we're going to show you today starts off with, saying that the Eagles will keep Jalen Hurts not through this year, but into 2023 as well, which it should be something we all hope for because that means you get to spend 2 first-round draft picks next year, not on a quarterback and on more skill players to further pump up this roster. So, Hurts will be a quarterback in 2023. ESPN Plus and the article we're going to show you does think so. I think that many expect that this season is the make-or-break-it year for Jalen Hurts. I've talked about it 8.9 billion times here on the channel. If he plays great, he'll be the quarterback of the future. If he stinks, they'll draft somebody. It's just that simple. But, as I said before, if you can continue to ride Hurts on a rookie deal with draft picks not going towards quarterbacks, but going towards other position groups to go ahead and improve your roster, you continue to kind of stay in this Super Bowl window or playoff window or NFC East winning window for longer and longer and longer. Either way, here's what ESPN Plus said about Jalen Hurts. Throw it up on your screen. Quote, I've had plenty of evaluators tell me they don't think Hurts has the ability as a passer to last long term, but I just think the young man has the right kind of stuff inside of him to prove people wrong and succeed where others think he can't. I believe he showed more improvements in 2021 than the Eagles expected and believe he can do it again in 2022. Plus, they have a good team that's poised to have the kind of year that doesn't make them want to make major changes. Call me a wide-eyed optimist, but it's August. Isn't that the time for NFL optimism? End quote. Boy, a joke here would be that I wrote this article. It sounds like me, right? I wish I wrote for ESPN Plus, but I don't. Either way, this is an article that I would pretty much have said word for word. I 100% agree. We all need to be Jalen Hurts guys because we need Jalen Hurts to be the guy. If he is the guy, I don't think people understand just how important that is for Philadelphia. Not just this season, but for the future. Yeah, think about this. If Hurts balls out this year, you can sign him to an early new deal at the end of this year, which will still be expensive, but way cheaper than the Josh Allen deal, the upcoming Lamar Jackson deal, the Mahomes deal. You will get a quote-unquote star quarterback on the cheap. And if they're able to go ahead and do that, you then have your quarterback locked down. You still have 2 first-round draft picks, and you can continue to just rebuild, or I should say, reload every single offseason with Hurts at the helm. This is the beauty of having a star quarterback. Now, he's got to show improvement. He's got to get better. He's got to be more accurate. He has to not take as many hits. He's got to be able to be smart on when to run and when to stay in the pocket. Yes, all those things are true. And I know we just saw one drive of him this past game against the Jets, but if you get that one drive Jalen Hurts every single drive, or at least the majority of drives this year, Philadelphia not only will have their quarterback of the future, they will win double-digit games, they will win the NFC East, and be one of the more feared teams going into the 2022 postseason. Okay, ad break, pin comment down below. What do you guys think? We're really projecting here. Will Hurts be the starting quarterback in 2023? Think he will? Type Y down below for yes. If you think he will not, go ahead and type N down below for now. Now, as we always do here, we try and find you guys the storylines you're not reading on Twitter or you don't really know what's going on when you see it on Twitter. And the Andre Dillard stuff we're going to talk about right now is a great example of that. So Andre Dillard, there was a question of was he injured in a fight over the weekend. Now, he was a part of 2 fights over the past couple of days, one with Derek Barnett, one with Patrick Johnson. At the end of the second fight, they went ahead and he ripped his helmet off and he stormed out the football field being, kind of surrounded by some trainers, kind of went into the medical tent, then went out of the medical tent and was done with practice. And people were wondering, did he just get beat up on the field and then he's feeling bad about himself and quit practice? And turns out, no, he actually was dealt a possible concussion, or at least was being evaluated for a concussion. And so those little concussion hats that they say, help stop 20% of concussions if both players are wearing them, don't seem to be working at Eagles camp because of how many Eagles have gotten concussions. But either way, Dillard was, I guess, minorly injured in this quote-unquote fight that has happened. But I think what we take away from this overall is that he's looked really good so far during training camp and really good in that first preseason game as your backup left tackle. I mean, he very much looks like a starting left tackle in the National Football League, and that leads me to kind of believe they're really going to try to trade him over the next couple of weeks. Now, does keeping Andre Dillard make sense? Yes, it does, because if Mailata were to go ahead and get hurt, if Lane Johnson were to go ahead and get hurt, you have a first-round draft pick who's fully capable of being a starter as your backup, just in case that were to happen. But as I've said before, you can't live your entire life always having, elite backups just in case, right? Eventually, you got to just trust that they're not going to get hurt and that your backups are going to be good enough, like a Raven Clark, and you can go ahead and ship Andre Dillard away to a football team that needs him, where he can go ahead and start and get up to his full potential and get something in return for a first-round draft pick that you essentially wasted a first-round draft pick on, right? So I think that Dillard and a trade makes more and more sense every single day. He's looked a lot better this year at training camp. He is a starting caliber left tackle in the National Football League, and if your football team, and here we go, here's my pitch. If your football team needs a left tackle, do I have a left tackle for you? Dillard makes a ton of sense. I think that being moved would be a really, really good thing for him and for the Philadelphia Eagles to get some future draft compensation, free up some cap space, and let the bird be free. Let him leave the nest and fly and start somewhere else. The offensive line depth chart is fine without him. There is no need to go ahead and keep him. They have other contingency plans there, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an example of, you might have read this story on Twitter. It wasn't that big of a deal getting into fights. It happens all the time at training camp. Yes, there was a minor possible concussion. Not 100% sure on that, but I still think Dillard's been great this offseason. Really great during training camp and is poised to be traded, especially if Philadelphia feels like they can get some good value for him in the next couple of weeks. Now, we are at, and let me check here, 31,196 subscribers on our Philadelphia Eagles Now channel. We need 804 of you guys to go and get to 32,000, which we're trying to do by week 1 of the NFL season when Philadelphia takes on the kind of scary Detroit Lions. Not going to lie to you. Detroit looks pretty good. And I'm not just going to watch Hard Knocks. They look pretty good against Atlanta on that opening drive touchdown. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All your friends, make sure they subscribe. We interact with you guys. We have a lot of fun. This is your one-stop shop for all your Philadelphia Eagles news and rumors. So go ahead and go down below and hit that red button and help us grow to 32,000. All right, final camp news and notes. All this stuff is really good, by the way. Let me just give you a quick update here. DeVonta Smith back at practice in pads yesterday, as he was out of practice the past couple of weeks due to a groin injury. This is great news, and the groin injury was a little bit, it was minor. We weren't that worried about it, but to have him back at practice is really, really good stuff. And he was very much throwing the football a bunch. Big touchdown catch in between 2 defenders, again with pads, throw from Jalen Hurts. That is great news for all Eagle fans that Smitty is back and ready to rock. He's with a bunch of other Eagles that came back yesterday. Landon Dickerson came back from soreness. He's ready to rock. Kenneth Gainwell, a minor hip thing. He's going to be fine. And Jaquaski Tartt, it was a personal matter. He was back as well. And so good news there from the injury standpoint. A couple of Eagles were out with injuries the past couple of days. And again, nothing serious, nothing major. But those 4 came back, 3 of which are either starters or, in the case of Gainwell, very much contributing from a starting running back standpoint. Now, the other starter on the opposite side of the football field is A.J. Brown. If you guys have not gotten his jersey yet, you should definitely go ahead and pick it up. Chatsports.com/AJ Brown is the link that you need to pick up your Brown jersey, your number 11. I think he's going to be targeted a lot in the second preseason game. No targets in preseason game 1, but he's going to be just fine. Trust me, he's going to ball out this year. Pick up your jersey. The link will be down below in the description box right now. Okay, other updates here. No practice today. They're getting ready to head to Cleveland for joint practices, which has come up, I think, twice later on this week. We'll have coverage of that, the news and rumors from the joint practices. They were really good in joint practices last year. I think the Patriots won. They dominated that. We'll see how they do in terms of against the Cleveland Browns, who very much have a dark cloud hanging over their head on the idea that maybe Watson's going to be suspended for longer. Will they trade for a quarterback if he does? Is it Jacoby Brissett? Who knows? But you're going to get a very good, I would say, joint practice matchup against what is a stacked Browns football team, regardless of what happens with Deshaun Watson. Also, let me go ahead and quickly show you that there were a couple of, obviously, the Pro Bowlers for the Browns, as we would mention. It's a very, very stacked roster overall, as we talked about and you saw on your screen. Other stuff that has happened, the cuts are coming up tomorrow. They will go down to 85. They've already cut 2 players in Philadelphia. Offensive lineman William Dunkel was went ahead and cut. Kind of a bummer there. I thought that he could be maybe a practice squad guy. Did they re-sign him? Not sure, but this is what happens when you have to go from 90 to 85. He was let go. And a Sam linebacker, Ali, I think Fayyad is how you say his last name. Again, names you haven't really heard of are being cut right now. It's how it works in training camp. He was let go as well. They will cut 3 more probably by the end of tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, I think, is the deadline. We're going to have a full cut video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Finally here, quickly, NFL Top 100. Not a big deal in my opinion. To me, it's always kind of weird where they rank people, but Darius Slay did make the top 100 at number 77, as he should. He is definitely one of the top 100 players in the NFL, a top 4 cornerback, top 3 cornerback in the league last year. Good to see him get some respect. He's an elite cornerback who gets overshadowed just due to, I think, age. I think people disrespect him because he's a little bit older, but the man, still balls out very, very much. And Jason Kelce, number 71, the NFL top 100, as Kelce is the best center in the National Football League and has been for a very long time. Age, again, is the knock here, but he's going to ride to the sunset as one of the greatest centers of all time, and will for sure be a Hall of Famer. Very curious where Jordan Mailata lands. If he makes it to the top 100, I think he should. We'll see if he does. But those are your 2 current top 100s after the first, I think, 25 were released yesterday? I don't really watch that stuff, but still, update for you guys here who enjoy that sort of thing. Okay, name another Eagle who will be inside the top 100. If there is one, I think there will be another one for sure. I think Lane Johnson should make it. I think, obviously, Jordan Mailata should make it. We'll see who else, but give me another Eagle who you think will be inside the top 100. Okay, make sure you guys go ahead and turn on the notification bell where you're reminded when we drop more videos coming up here over the next week. If you made it to the end of the video, type real one down below in the comment section if you are a real one and you enjoy our videos, which I know a lot of you guys do and are. Okay, make sure you guys go ahead and give me a mailbag question down below in the comment section. Hashtag Eagles is the way to go ahead and be a part of that. Must be a subscriber to do so be sure to subscribe. For Philadelphia Eagles Now, I am producer Trace. I'm Thomas Mott, signing off. To the rest of your day.